Hello friends, today in this tutorial I will be showing you a module which is FFprobe. This is part of FFmpeg. So this module will give you the detail of a video file or a audio file, any media file inside JSON format. So basically if I run this Node.js script here, so now you will see this is the JSON response which is returned to me about this video.mp4 file here. So this contains all this information which is very much useful inside about any sort of media file. What is the codec used? What is the profile? What is the width and the height? What is all this information you can see here. Sample rate, display aspect ratio, 16 by 9. So this is very much important. And the color range, color space. So in terms of information, it is very much important. So this is the audio information, which audio codec is used here, which is the profile, codec type, all such information. So this is very much useful in video converter kind of applications. You need to get this information. So we will be using FFprobe library of Node.js wrapper. So first of all, for building this application, you will need this base library, which is FFmpeg. You should be installed this onto your computer or server before you run this application. So make sure that you download this binary. So after downloading it, you can cross check that, just run this ffmpeg command, and you will be, if the command is successful, then you have successfully installed this library. So now to build this application, I will close all the windows, and inside the Visual Studio Code text editor, I will make a brand new project. So let me also close this, and here I will go to my projects directory. So I will open a new directory here, make a new directory, that media info app. I will go into this directory, and here I will open Visual Studio Code text editor. So for building this, first of all, we will initialize the package.json file. So this npm init -y. So on the left hand side, you will see it will create the package.json file. Now we need to install this dependency, which is simply FFprobe, FFprobe. That's it. So now you can see it is just installing this library, and now you can see in the package.json file, this library is successfully installed here, FFprobe. So if you don't know about FFprobe, FFprobe is part of FFmpeg based library. So if you convert any sort of live video here, so let's suppose I want to convert a video here, this mkv video, I need to convert to mp4. So I will just execute the command here, ffmpeg-i. Now instead of I need to show the output, show the preview, so I will use the FFprobe command here. FFprobe is also available here. So now to generate a preview without converting it, so we will write here FFprobe-i, and then followed by the input file name, which is video.mkv, and output file name will be video.mp4. So if you run this command, it is saying video.mp4, sorry, video.mp4. So FFprobe, sorry, we need to provide a input file name. So you can see if I run this, you will see now it will play it. So basically, if you search it, just search on Google FFprobe command to preview video. So now you will find here the command which is necessary here for FFprobe here. So with the help of FFprobe command here, you can generate the preview as well. So this is useful in those scenarios when you don't want to generate the whole process, just you want to a simple preview. So this is very much useful in those scenarios. You will see FFprobe show. So basically, if you now paste it, and here I will replace the input file name, which is video.mp4, And now you can see it will display all this information to you. And now to after installing this library, guys, we will just make app.py file here. And in order to use this, it is very simple. We will invoke, sorry, this needs to be index.js. I was working with Python a lot, so that is why I was in the mood for Python. So now inside this, we need to import FFprobe library. And also we need to import the FFprobe static library also, guys. So So this is there inside ffprobe.static. So we also need to install this library. It is very simple. npm i ffprobe static. So install this also. So just run this command and it will install this library for your project. That's it. So now after importing both these libraries, we just need to go to our example code here. Simply take the input file name. We will call this as FFprobe, and here we will pass our input file name, which will be video.mp4. You can take any example of your choice. I will just move the file here inside, which is present inside my. So this is the file here. I will simply copy it and I will paste it inside my projects folder, which is media info app. So simply I will paste it. So you will see video.mp4 is pasted. So now to get the information about this video file, it is very simple. We need to first of all provide the path, which is there inside ffprobe static dot path. That's it. Now the third parameter, this will be a callback function which will be holding the actual error if error take place and the info. This can be done using arrow function syntax, error or info. That's it. So if any sort of error take place, we can just, in that case, we can say console log error, and else we can also console log the message. So basically now, guys, if I run this application by executing this node index.js, and now you will see that, guys, it will display the information inside the JSON response here. So it is containing the video information first, and then it is containing the audio information. So each and every video file has a unique video codec, audio codec. So this information might be different for your media file, audio file, depending upon which you file you provide it inside the library. So basically, if I make any sort of mistake here, so if this file doesn't exist, so in that scenario, the error will take place and this block of code will, you can see no such file or directory. This is the code which is printing out. And let me just change it. And now we can make this application little more dynamic also by using the Express package. So basically, I will install the package Express to make this a HTTP server. So simply install this library, and after that, what we can do, we can import Express, we can require it, and we can make a just a Express server by simply writing this line of code, and then we can listen on a particular port number, that is 5000, and we can say here console log app is listening on port 5000. So basically, guys, we can make a simple get request where we will just we can app.get. When we load the page for the very first time, we will say request response, and we will load the page send file using send file method. We will dir name plus, and we will say index.html. So now after that, we will have the post request here, which will be media info, and inside this post request we will copy paste the code that we written here, simply paste it. So instead of console logging it, we will be returning the response as JSON. That's it. So info will be info, that's it. So we can display it on the screen like this in this fashion. So for uploading the file, we need to a body parser middleware also. So we need to require it. Body parser. We need to write this middleware function body parser dot URL encoded extended to false, and we also need to have body parser dot JSON. That's it. So these two lines of code we need to write here. Simply if you are working with forms. So just create the index.html file. Now to upload the file, it is very simple. We will just need a simple input element here of type file. And here we will provide the name attribute and simply we will say, or it should be required. And inside this form here, we will give it an ID of form. And we should have to wrap this here inside this form. Or what we can do is that simply we will provide the action attribute to make this very simple. So we'll provide the action which is media info. That's it. And here we need to provide one other attribute which is mem type. I think it's encoding type. Sorry, encoding type. This will be multi-part form data. That's it. And then we will have this button, guys, to submit the form. This type will be submit, and we will upload. Get media info. That's it. Just write this. So we are not using any sort of bootstrap or any sort of to make this video simpler. I have not used any sort of third-party framework. So this is just the simplest of code here. Simply if you run this file here, nodemon, I will make use of index.js. So it will start this application on port 5000. And basically if you run this application, what you will see localhost 5000, you will see we have a choose file button. We will upload the simply our file, video file, and after clicking get media info, so it will say cannot get media info because we haven't provided the method. By default it will be get method, so explicitly we need to provide here post. So we need a post method here. Simply we will receive the post here slash media info. So once again after that we need to refresh the application, choose file, we will make upload this file, click get media info, and now guys you can see that it is returning the information about this static file here. It is not that file which we uploaded. It is just taking this video.mp4 file here and it is returning that response as a JSON. So you can see response.json. So it is returning that response in a JSON here. So I have the Chrome extension installed. So that is why you are seeing the JSON response in this way. So we need to make this application little more dynamic. So whatever file that we upload, we need that JSON response. So for that, what we need to do is that we need a module called as Malter Module, which will actually upload the file to the server. So here we will write here npm I Malter. So if you have watched my Node tutorials, in every tutorial I use this library Malter. It's a very famous library which is used to upload files in Node.js. So now we will import this library Malter. So we need to require it at the very top, and we also need a uploads directory. So inside this uploads directory we will uploading the files, and one more thing, we also need to make this directory as static. So we will say express.static. We will say we also need to have the path dependency. So path require path. So this is a built-in dependency. So for making path.join, and inside this we will say dir name plus uploads. That's it. So we are making this directory as static directory. So what I meant by that, if I move this file to uploads directory, so you will see So basically now if I can go to this uploads directory slash uploads, I can open this. You can see, sorry, can open that directory. If I say here video.mp4, I think you will see now this file is playing because it is treating that uploads directory as static. So we have made this directory as static. So whenever I open slash video.mp4, it will play the video file. So or any file that you store inside uploads directory. So this is meant by this line which we have written. So now guys, what we need to do, we need to upload the file to the server. So for that we need to initialize the storage engine of Malter. So we will say malter.disk storage, and inside this we will provide the storage here, or the path where we will store the file. So basically I am just recalling the code. So if you search for the dependency Malter, you will get this Malter. So you will see now this is the dependency. Yes, this is the storage engine. So where you define where you will store it. So you will see simply I will copy this code and paste it. So this is very much important. So we are uploading it inside our uploads directory. So I will replace it uploads, and we will give it a every time a random file name. So by using this date.now function. So after that, guys, what you need to do is that inside this post request, we will pass this middleware like this upload. Sorry, we will say here. Let me just see. So what we need to do, sorry, we need to initialize this as a new variable which is upload, and we will call the Malter and pass the storage object with storage which we have defined here. That's it. So now inside this post request we will say upload dot upload, and inside this post request we will pass a, I think we need to pass the, we will be uploading a single file at this moment of time. So here we will say file. That's it. Put a comma. So after uploading it, guys, it will give you this path inside request dot body dot path. So here it will, I think this is request dot file dot path. Sorry, request dot file dot path. So after uploading it, so we can also console log it. Request dot file dot path. So basically this is a kind of a middleware function. Basically if any request come to slash media info, this middleware function will execute first, and then it will go to this argument, the whole function. So first of all it will upload this file to the server which we have defined here. We have defined it will upload it inside this uploads directory. So if I now let me delete this file here, video.mp4. So now you can see it is currently empty. So now once again, if I go to my form here, try to upload a file and get the info. So if I upload this file, click get media info, it is saying cannot read properties of undefined reading path. So I think it's some kind of error has taken place, cannot read properties. So what you need to do is, guys, we need to give it a name property also here, which is file. Sorry, just give it a name property file here, because we are mentioning here this name property which is here single file. So this needs to be there also. After that, refresh it and click get media info, and now you will see it will display the media info of this particular video file. And if you check here, your file has been successfully uploaded. This is the file which you uploaded here. If I check here, cross check, a video file is there, you will see. And it is not having that extension. For fixing this, it is very easy. just go to the storage object, and here you need to replace uh, date.now, and it should be the extension. So now to get the extension, it is very simple. Path.extension name and file name. Request body dot path. So here we need to get the extension. So in order to get the extension, it is very simple. Malter get extension. So it is saying how to store a file with the file extension. So I think this will be, so this is the file name that we need to pass here. Simply copy this and paste it. So sometimes we can fix errors by going to Stack Overflow. This is very famous website. Every solution is there inside this website. So now instead of, it will also concatenate the extension of the original file name. So if you rerun this application, you will see this application will still work. If I upload this video.mkv, and now it will show you this correct information about this video file all inside the JSON response. You will see this is the information about the video and audio as well. So now if you look here, you will see this file.mkv is uploaded. We can also play this file also. You will see this is a file. So this was the tutorial, guys, how to use FFmpeg and FFprobe in order to get media information inside the JSON response for a particular dynamic video which we upload on Node.js server and Express. And thanks so much for watching this video. Please hit the like button, subscribe the channel, and also comment on this video. And I will be seeing you in the next video.